Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate, and yes, we are back with the TT, and since we can't drive it anywhere because it's broken, once again, we are fitting coilovers today.
Yeah, now, as the title says, we are fitting cheap, second-hand coilovers. Now, there's a reason behind this. I'm not Drew anymore.
I was saying you've been around me too long.
What it was, I bought a big package deal on a load of parts. It would just make sense because I need the car lifted so we can fit the front splitter and stuff.
I was going to say, we're probably the only people who are fitting coilovers, not to lower it, but to raise it.
Yeah, now it's on springs at the moment, and everyone that does know me knows I usually go for like BC Racing or something, which will be going on this car. But for now,
we weren't even going to fit them, but we thought for you guys, let's see what fitting cheap second-hand coilovers is going to be like, and
let's see if it's worth doing.
Can you guys get away with it? Let's get stuck in.
Yeah.
Before we get started, we need to get this thing started, and because it's been sat for a while, it won't start. Luckily, the lovely people at TopDon have sent us their jump starter. Now, this is their Jumpstart 2000. They've got a few different levels on offer, so we are going to unbox this and see what it's like. And if you do want one of these guys, which I do highly recommend, it's very handy to have within your toolbox. Follow the links in the description below. And if you do, it not only helps, and it really helps us as a channel with the companies we're working with. So I will put all the details you need. But first of all, I just thought you haven't even seen it.
Look at that little box.
So the thing that impressed me, you get a hard-shelled carry case with it, with a handy little handle. So you can keep this in the back of the car, or like I said, in your toolbox.
Yep.
So opening it up, you even get the USB-C charge cable.
Is that so you can charge your phone and stuff as well?
It is indeed. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, sorry. I didn't. Like I said, it's all new to me. I'm excited.
Instruction manual just there. Now, for me, this is it feels like a real quality piece of kit.
It does.
So we've got the battery level indicator there, obviously your power button, but the main thing is that we're all interested in... There's two USB slots there, so whether you want to charge a phone, whether you want to charge any device when you're on the move, and obviously the adapter there to plug in the jump leads. Now, I didn't believe this when I first seen it years ago, but for those that don't know, yes, you can jumpstart a decent size engine with these pretty standard crocodile clips.
Yeah, what I do want to say is that's a 2000 amp, right?
Correct.
They do a 3000 as well, so if you've got a diesel, I'd recommend it for something like that.
Yep, and they even do a smaller one if you have got either a motorbike or a smaller vehicle. But we are going to put it to the test. I want to show that this thing is completely dead. It will not start, and we're hoping now that TopDon have done us a solid, and we can get this thing going. So this is what happens when you leave a car unattended. Oh, do this. Yeah, it's proper dead. But anyway, we are going to pop the bonnet.
First things first, we have to plug this in. You can't go wrong with it because they are different shape.
And the beauty of this one is it will actually tell you if the terminals are on the wrong way, if the clamps are on the wrong way, and if you've got a dead battery, which we might actually need to use, they have got a boost option. It gives you a sort of a sudden surge of power to get it started. And just like that, she's alive. We need to say a massive thank you to TopDon for sending us the Jump Surge 2000. We highly recommend you keep one of these within your artillery because it is always handy. They have sent us one other product which we will be testing in another video. So to get yourself one, follow the links in the description below. As I said, it not only helps them, it helps us as a channel and the companies that support us.
So yeah, this is what we're fitting on this car. Stance Plus. They are a couple of years old. They don't look too bad a condition.
They don't.
Considering.
They're dirty, but they don't look too bad.
No, they don't. Now, these ones have actually got the Power Flex top mounts as well, which is great.
Awesome. We do like Power Flex.
Yeah, well, they're nearly as good as the other. No, I'm just joking. They're really, really good. Yeah, now, these are common for top mounts, so I'm so glad these have already got them on them.
That is a relief. And obviously, the biggest benefit with coilovers is, especially with Stance Plus, if you're not looking for track performance, you know, they might be good on track, but the main thing is height adjustability.
Which we need on this car, because at the moment, it's scraping coming in and out of the garage, so we're putting coilovers on to raise it.
Who else do you know that does that? A hey-ho?
I know. When we got our own unit, when we're massive, you know, we'll be fine.
Help us out, please. We need a unit.
We need a unit so I can slam this.
The car's jacked up in the air on axle stands. Always use axle stands, kids.
Yep.
Safety first. And what we're going to do, because it looks a bit crusty, I hate these types of coilovers. With mine, with the MX-5, it bolts into the lower arm because it's a McPherson, dual wishbone suspension.
Yeah.
These slot in, and from my experience, they don't like coming out.
They don't. Now, the good thing about this one particularly, it does look like the arms are pretty new on the lower suspension arms.
So we're hoping it's been off before, and we're hoping it comes off nice and easy. I'm sure many of you have done coilovers with a similar setup. Like I said, these are sleeved with the pinch bolt at the back. So basically, we've got to undo the top mount, which is one nut at the top. Whoop. Just up there. We always advise a lot of the time the shaft will spin. So if you get a set of mole grips, clamp it on there, and if you want my little trick, if you can't grip them, is get something rubber or something grippy to hold on inside there. So pretty basic stuff. We need to undo the drop link. We've got the clamp that holds all your brake lines, ABS sensor, things like that. That's got to come off.
Yep.
Big pinch bolt at the rear then, which is always a bit of a fight. And then...
Pain bolt, that's what it should be called.
Yeah. And then I was going to say, it's just a case of pushing the shock out of the hub. It's never that simple either. But the good thing is, we always say, lube it, spray with like penetrating fluid, WD-40, anything like that, as much as you can before doing the job.
Yep.
And you might need some heat and a big hammer.
So what do you think of these, cuz?
I'm going to try and keep this PG, but this is really pissing me off.
Ooh.
I don't want to go home. I've had enough of cars, I'm done.
Obviously, a bit of a nightmare, these pinch bolts.
The
other side flew out though, didn't it?
It did. It helps when you don't forget how to use a hammer as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you ever seen an orangutan use tools? Look at him. Like a pendulum.
Oh.
So this side, obviously UK passenger, you have this level sensor, which I have removed.
Which wasn't on the other side, that was a nice surprise.
Which just bolts onto there, I believe. I can't remember.
Yep, that one
yeah,
there, yeah.
I've taken the drop link out of the top of the strut, because obviously that's the only one we need to remove. There was like some sort of bracket there which was holding this ABS sensor in place. We've removed that obviously to get access to the pinch bolt, which is a bit of a pig to get out.
Yep.
So,
pain bolt.
Yep, the pain bolt. Underneath, on the ball joint, rather than removing the actual ball joint, we've taken the three
Luckily
nuts
it is
off.
a bolt-in ball joint, so it's made that a bit easier.
Yes, it has. So
rather than getting a ball joint split on a malarkey.
Yeah, so next step now is obviously to try and spread. Do you want to show the tool?
Oh, this I found interesting. I want to know if anyone else has seen these before. I didn't even know these existed. Many a times over the years I've stressed and strained trying to get the pinch part of the sleeve apart.
Yeah.
Little did I know, there's a tool all along.
There's a tool for it, yeah. No, they do them for different cars. Obviously, this does like VAG German stuff mainly.
So the idea is the slit in the back where the pinch bolt goes through. You jam this in the little space, sort of a quarter of a turn, quarter of a turn max, and it just spreads it out. And it does make it a lot easier.
So yeah, we had to hit the crap out of the other side, but we'll probably have to do the same on this side. So that's what we got next to do.
Dive in.
So, yeah.
Right, so I was trying my best to visualise this spread. I don't know what do you call them, cuz?
Spreader.
This is really hard to film with one hand, so you better appreciate this.
Ready?
This is really right, Granny.
Up. Ooh.
How are we feeling?
This sucks. Don't buy an Audi.
I wanna go
Buy a Civic.
I'm doing that. This is really hard to film. We need about 7 hands on this. All we're trying to do now is get the shock out of the hub. So the lower part of the shock is out, so the only thing holding it in now is
There's 21 up here. Obviously, initially we used a impact gun, and that helped shock it out. So,
yeah, if you've got an impact gun, it doesn't have to be an air. If you've got an impact, the easiest way to show it. Again, I'm sure most of you have seen this, but they've got nuts there. But ideally, you want a swan neck spanner to get in there. You can use an Allen key. That makes this job a 10-minute job, but when you haven't got them, then you've got to get creative. Luckily, Kenny has got the old compressor, which made it a lot easier.
And there it is.
She's out. And what we should do is compare it to the new one, because it is a bit of a difference.
Yes.
So, first of all, I just want to say...
Drew has done quite a bit today. I'm impressed. Like, you can tell you got a new job doing mechanics.
I'm in my new job now. Thank you so much for those of you who've asked and inquired and congratulated me. In my new job, I'm actually fixing things bigger than this, which is scary, I know. So I'm used to getting my hands dirty now.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is your coilover and this is your standard shock. It's mad seeing them together.
It is. You know, what a difference in design. And obviously it looks obviously a lot smaller, but that is due to the spring rate.
Size, is it?
Well, apparently not.
But yeah, the main difference is obviously these are height adjustable.
Yeah, and like we were saying, these are Stance Plus. Next year we will probably upgrade them to either double stream.
Whoa, no, I am not doing this again.
That'll be easy now.
Done it again.
Famous last words.
I was going to say this is the easy part, but I'm sick of saying that.
I haven't cleaned this off either yet, so I'm going to do that first. Getting a bit carried away.
It's not as if we've done this before, but hey ho. So, particularly when you're buying second-hand ones, we would advise giving them a clean off because they do like to get stuck. And a couple of minutes rubbing them off will help you in the long run.
Grow up, Andrew.
I know, I do need to grow up. Bit of lube on there as well. Oh, I'm just going to cut here.
Lucky I'm not epileptic.
If you want to make it more interesting and harder for the person fitting it, just get a flashy light on the go.
now it's there.
We make it look difficult, that's what we do.
I know. So we need to get a pinch ball through there first.
And yes, we have noticed the shaft has popped out, but we'll get to that when we put it back together.
In a bit. Whoop.
Guess what, folks? We are done. Both sides all buttoned up now, everything tightened. I always recommend doing a final bolt check. This took a bit longer than I care to admit to. As was the case, we even had to go out and grab some tools, but hey ho, it's not, if you've got the right tools, same with anything, if you've got the right tools, it's not too bad of a job.
So the rear coilovers, as we said, the other side snapped. I'll go through that one in a bit. There's a 17 up there, and a 21 down the back. I can't even think you can see that. There it is, it's part of the shock and drop link. I find it easier to remove the top bolt on the drop link as well on this, just so it's easier to locate everything. There it goes. This here is the what's it called? The leveler for the headlights, because I got Xenon headlights. If you haven't got Xenon lights, you don't have to worry about this. We did remove the bracket because obviously we don't want to damage that. So 17 into the top of that. So we got the rear shocks. So like I said, I don't know what the hell that is. I've seen better days, but the bushes are pretty good. Here it goes. Yeah, these top mounty rubbery things. We don't think he uses it on the other one, do we?
No.
So we have this setup, which is the adjuster for the coil. Like I said, then I think it's easy to put that in first. Whoa. This car ain't gonna get out the garage otherwise. So this side is the driver's side I already done earlier. So we'll show you the spring. It's supposed to move like that.
This is the moment of truth.
The moment of, oh shit, I won't get out of the garage. Oh. That looks class, but
you're not leaving here.
No.
So for those joining us for the first time, Kenny lives on a mega hill and the dip in his garage is insane. Oh man, that
looks class.
That looks lovely. I say leave it at that height, just don't drive it. Just
leave it in here.
Because
it won't get out.
Yeah, as an ornament, that looks fantastic.
That does look wicked. But it's got to come up loads.
Yeah, we're not doing it tonight because Georgia, like, just so you know, just to prove it is 7 p.m.
I know, and I think Jenna thinks I've left the country or something.
But job done.
Yes.
It does look good. Wow, looks really good actually.
I know, as I say, it does. I'd love to be able to keep it like that, guys, but it's just not practical and
not
feasible.
meant to be at the moment. So before we started taking it apart, Kenny did start he measured the gap.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much it's actually lowered.
So I need to bring it up by about 20 mil this side. Just lowered it 20 mil more
20?
than it was.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
No. It's not going to look ridiculous anyway.
No.
Because the springs that were on there, I don't know if we mentioned this, they were 40 mil lower in H&Rs.
Yeah, which are a good spring, but obviously I don't know what all them shocks are.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. Wow.
Wow, they are very stancy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's stiff.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Right, so you may have noticed the rear. We did the fronts here. The rears were done at a separate time because you had to do work on the rear end. I wasn't here,
Yes.
and that was something that couldn't wait.
Yeah, so that rear spring is pretty knackered. We noticed that when we done the rear trailing arm bushes, so we had to swap them out there and then. Obviously, we didn't want to put it all back together with a dodgy spring.
Yeah, so I don't know what the editing is going to be like at the moment, but if it looks a bit choppy, that's probably, well, that is
Yeah,
what
that
it
is why.
So yeah, that's the coilovers done after lots of dirty hands, lots of swearing.
What a day.
Oh, what a day.
So yeah, that's the coilovers done. That is a big step, although Kenny's got to raise it up tomorrow when
Yeah.
I'm not here, thank God.
And then we're going to do a first drive on it very soon. Now, I just want
So we
to
keep
say
saying
as well, yeah, right. Now, it was all fixed, and now the slave cylinder is leaking, so it's got to go into Glen now the first week of February for a new clutch.
Yep, that's right. It's broken again.
Yeah, that's why we haven't been able to take it out today. But yeah, we'll do a first drive. Obviously, new clutch, I need to bed it in, so we won't be able to hammer it for a bit.
But basically, when we go for the first drive, we'll have confidence in pushing it, so we should be able to have a bit of fun in it. It's going to make some cool noises.
Yes.
And we know it's safe. But on the what's next up for this is where it gets exciting now. All of the boring maintenance stuff is pretty much out of the way.
Yep.
We're going to be doing sort of a DIY front splitter. We're going to be doing the old accelerate speed holes. So this is where it is going to get interesting. So stick with us. Don't forget to subscribe. I've just done it again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Rocky!